What up, y'all? I know not everyone feels like listening to a 40+ minute poll plans video for the month, so I broke it up to abbreviate my thoughts in a more easily digestible way. I know half of y'all, though, ain't subscribed, so go ahead and do that. Like the video, leave a comment with what you think about the upcoming content and your plans as well. And if you want to see the whole video, I'll be providing a link to that as well. Check that out for sure. Thanks a million, and now let's get into what you're really here for, alright? Desch's lost chapter. Pajama Suit Boy comes back. But the important character here is Young, so let's talk about him first. He gets a rework and his skills get better. He gets the usual more hits and overflow. I don't even know if he has more hits, but nobody cares about his skills. But one of the big things about his rework is his C50 gets touched up to make his counter at Brave plus HP attack, which is pretty nifty actually. However, his rework pales in comparison to the power of his LD. This is the important part. He gets a double HP attack on his LD and a new buff that gives party gain and stolen overflow up and party physical attack up for some reason. Now the party can be broken as well. And after the party member attacks an enemy, Young does a follow-up. Think about how like Noctis Burst follows up after party attacks. Same thing here. It's a Brave Gain into a split HP attack and he refunds afterwards. I think the LD buff only lasts for, what, 2 turns? But this is very abusable with turn stealers. I'll elaborate a bit. His call ability, skill 1, base called, I should say, is just damage, and his LD call is more damage, and it makes the party unbreakable while the effect is up, but it's only 1 turn, so attack, high armor, perfect to optimize his output. So definitely, if you plan on running Young consistently, you want that. Desch, Pajama Boy. He is not the important part of this lost chapter, but he does get LD boards. His double HP attack gets more hits on the second one, and he hits harder. And he gets more weakness damage up for the party, and he now has party HP damage reduction, which is cool, playing into his defensive roles. His call abilities are skill 1, it gives the party magic brave damage reduction. And his LD call has the RNG effect of 20% paralyzed after an enemy turn, otherwise it'll just apply the defense down. So kind of just replicating his LD buff in the RNG part of it, I should say. His high armor, which already existed, but if you weren't aware, it's Unity, which is decent. Since he busts your brave damage output hard, you're more likely to hit that cap, and Desch can help you go beyond. What do I think? Young is silly. Why did they load his follow-up but not 7? I am flabbergasted. I actually don't even know if I didn't know it had buffs beyond the follow-up and no break, so that was another pleasant surprise while I was looking over this stuff. Everyone will mention his abuse with constant turn units like Terra. It really, and it is worth mentioning, it really is wild how abusive combos like that can be with the right turn manipulation and units. Personally, that's not really my thing, but it's going to be a popular combo for a while because it definitely just steamrolls content for a long time. Desch didn't get much, but he already had a lot of good stuff. More HP damage reduction to lean into his defensive niche is nice. He makes people hit harder too, as always, especially with the increased weakness damage up. Definitely not as impactful as before because his damage is sad. Just split AoE 4 hits on most of his skills. Not huge, but he's not there for damage in the first place. He can still keep up. Am I pulling? Nope. I don't like Young's playstyle. Also, he's hideous. Turn stealers and no boss turners will love this though, so definitely grab him. He can be used like this for a while, so you can get a lot of bang out of your buck with the right setup. He does rerun in the future alongside Barrett's LD for Transcendence 4, and he gets his high armor plus there. This is during Yuna's burst cycle, and Desch also reruns during Yuna's burst cycle. So if you're not too interested, they're gonna be far out of their prime at that point, like I always say. But just something, if you're going for collection, that's just something to be aware of. As for the fight, it's pretty toxic. This is probably my least favorite fight this month, and I'd say it's probably a bottom 5 fight for me of all time in JP. Because I didn't run the Terra Young combo, and there's gonna be goofballs saying like, "Oh wow, this got decimated," and they're gonna be using Terra Young or whatever. Ignoring that, I'm gonna talk about it a little, but it's pretty cancerous, in my opinion, if you don't do that. The orb is to deal AoE HP damage, which suits off-turn Young pretty well. Obviously, sells them very hard. It's Thunder Weak and Water Absorb, and they stance, and cleanse in between. The magic state reduces Brave Gain, and physical state raises their defense. So depending on your team, you want to keep them in one or the other. Let's see, what else? At 50%, they cleanse again, and then everything they do is HP attacks. I think they ignore HP damage as well, so sorry, Desch, your new toy cannot be abused. I think the orb goes away 50% though, so at that point, it's just a matter of staying alive and not getting blown up. It gets so nasty. I do not I do not have fond memories of this fight. The HP requirement is hilariously low at 1.5k HP. It will catch people off guard, so please watch out. Nars can lock it down sufficiently, but nobody likes using Nars. You can no boss turn it, excuse me, with Terra Yang shenanigans. So if you're looking for a quick out, I guess that's the way. Letting them act as little as possible is certainly the path of least resistance, because this boss sucks. Who am I running? In JP, I ran Squall, Celez, and Paladin Cecil, because we do get to use Holy this fight, and I barely scraped by the HP requirement just because we were getting nuked near the end. Now I'm in global, I'm thinking Paladin Cecil, Aranea, and Garland, because I will have Garland's Burst. Well, we'll have Garland's Burst by this point? No, because Ferris won't be out. Well, I'll figure something out, but Aranea is actually very good for this fight because she's got the AoE damage and the delays, and Vital Crusher helps stomp them out when they get tanky. So we'll see how that goes. And that's it. Hope you all enjoyed the clip and found it informative. I do try my best, generally. If you haven't already done so, please like the video, comment what you think and your plans, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more great content. The full video is linked, so check that out as well. Continue showing love. Good luck, everybody. Peace.